What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Sabby. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode. Welcome to my channel, Self Mastery. Today's episode, I will be discussing how to stop seeking approval from others and why you should stop externalizing your approval or validation from other people, right? I'll be definitely bringing in some psychology, some spirituality, and I'll be borrowing some from non-duality. So stay tuned. There's a lot of good information, and for a fact, I know you guys will enjoy this video, especially if you are someone that is, going through all of this. So let's get started, guys. First thing I want to say is today's modern generation, you've seen it all, right? The social media culture, people are doing crazy things. Girls are showing off their body, right? Their butt, their cleavage, their everything. They're half naked on social media. People are always trying to buy things they don't need to impress people with money they don't have. You've heard that quote before too. All because they want to be liked, they want to be appreciated, they want to be accepted, validated, all of that, and don't get me wrong, we've all been there at some point in our life, and it's okay. But now we must realize that there are better ways to move in life. There's way better ways to conduct ourselves, and also some truths we need to realize about, who we really are, what our true nature is, and then realizing that, hey, I don't really need to externalize my source of validation or my source of approval. And I'll get into that a little bit later on. But first, I want to dive deep into childhood and talk about some psychological aspects of why we behave this way. And my primary focus is going to be on the needy inner child. A lot of us have that needy inner child that never was fulfilled at a young age because our parents, right, taught us how to behave in certain ways, which were not always, the best ways to behave, not always conducive to our, authentic self. And so if you guys know, not everyone was raised in a healthy family. Obviously, if you were, that's a big blessing. You probably have high self-esteem. You probably are confident in who you are. You have a good sense of self-love, and you're good already. But a lot of people, were raised in families that had, turmoil or psychological issues. Maybe, a parent was missing, or maybe both parents were missing. Maybe, you were raised with foster parents or whatever. Maybe there was abuse in the family, and, my heart goes out to anybody that went through all of that. I know you've been through a lot. But at an early age, we were taught how to conduct ourselves. And the way we were taught is whatever authority figure was present at that time, whether it be parents, teachers, foster parents, relatives, whatever, we were taught to behave in ways that pleased that authority figure, right? Whether it was right or wrong, whether it was moral or immoral, as long as it pleased that authority figure, we were approved of, we were, validated, we were accepted. And so, and if we didn't do that, right, if we did the complete opposite, right, if we didn't behave in those kind of ways that were pleasing to that authority figure, we were punished or scolded or ignored, or, our feelings were invalidated. And so we learned at an early age that, a lot of our rewards or rewarding feelings were based on how we conducted ourselves, or or what certain actions we took or did in order to be approved of. And this continued through school. This continued through high school. In high school, people do this all the time. I know you've been there. People are always wanting to be accepted by their peer groups, right? Everyone wanted to be part of that popular group, or wanted to be seen or heard or accepted. And it's part of that phase in our life, it makes sense. But it can come at an expense, right? Sometimes we can, not even sometimes, most times we can suppress the authentic self, who we truly are within, right? What we truly desire, what we truly like or dislike, and we can put that to a side or suppress it. And rather we put on this facade or mask to, conduct ourselves in such a way that's pleasing or, acceptable to others, because that's what society approves of, or that's what my peer group, approves of, or that's what, culture wants from me, or society wants from me. And that can be honestly a negligent behavior to your own self, right? You can be putting your own self back many steps. And so that's not always the best thing to do, but you need to look into your life. You need to see where in your life did you conduct yourself like that? Where in your life did you, start exhibiting behaviors that were not in alignment or not in congruence with your authentic self, right? Rather, you started living for others. Rather, you started, looking for approval from others, or, whether it was, your family, your friends, even your girlfriend or boyfriend, right? Because that's important, because if you're not living authentically, if you're not living from your authentic self, then a part of you is always going to be left unfulfilled. A part of you is always going to be, missing something. You're always going to have this feeling of something's missing, and what's missing is your own alignment with your own self. That's really what's missing. And so no matter how much approval or validation, you try to seek or try to get from other people, you're never going to be fulfilled, because it's like this drug. It's like the hit of a drug. You need more and more and more to sustain that good feeling. And guess what? Something about these people that you're looking for your approval from is that these people are not always feeling good themselves. Realize that as well, right? There's days when these people that you look up to, or you want to be accepted from, they have their bad days too. They have days where they don't care. They have days where they're selfish only about themselves, and they don't really care about you or your needs. And so the more you're trying to look at these people for those good feelings, you're not going to find them there. Not always. Maybe some days, but not always. And you're then going to be like a monkey in a circus, doing so many different things, trying to juggle so many different balls and all this, because you're trying to have that rewarding feeling that you've been so acclimated to as a little kid. So look at yourself, look at certain behaviors, certain things you do that, why are you doing these things? Why are you trying to seek this love from people outside? And are you suppressing your authentic self? Ask yourself these questions, right? Do some self-inquiry, right? This is also called shadow work, where you sort of dive deep within your dark side, right? This is a term coined by Carl Jung. I know a lot of people in this New Age movement, which I have a lot of my disagreements with, they don't give the proper credit where it's due, but it's from Carl Jung, this term shadow work. So you wanna do some shadow work and figure out, why you do certain things, why you are the way you are, Another thing I want to say is that the way you feel, meaning if you're feeling like you're not fulfilled, if you're feeling like you're not accepted or not approved of or not validated, law of attraction is going to kick in and create a self-fulfilling prophecy for you. Meaning that the more you feel that particular feeling or that particular emotion, right, you're going to attract places, people, experiences, events that are only going to perpetuate that feeling, or only going to make that feeling, expand more and more. And so you're only going to feel it more and more and more, right? So you're in this sort of chain of pain that you can't get out of unless you change how you feel. And let me get into something, in like the spiritual realm of things, is that, guys, you have to understand that the source of love that you're looking towards, it's always within you. It's not external. It's not outside of you. And so if you're looking for love from other people, you're externalizing your source. And like I mentioned before, right, these people out here, they may not even be tuned in. They may not be feeling good. They may not be, 100%, self-love for themselves either. And so you're looking at these people, or you're wanting approval from these people who don't even have self-love for themselves. They don't even have approval to give to themselves. How are they going to give this to you? So another thing I want to say is that even if they did give you that even if they did give you that love, or even if they did give you that acceptance or approval, at the end of the day, it is your own perception, your own interpretation of what they are saying or what they are doing towards you, and you interpreting it within your own consciousness that creates that feeling or generates that feeling within you. So at the end of the day, guys, it's even you creating that feeling within yourself based on how you're looking at these people. I hope that makes sense to you guys, because this is the thing, right? You can go to maybe your local Starbucks and the cashier is rude to you. Guess what? It's the way you interpret the words coming outside or out of the cashier's mouth, right? And taking that within your own consciousness and then interpreting it within your own consciousness and then generating a feeling based on that interpretation within your own consciousness, that is the way you feel about those words. But guess what? If you already know this, or if you are a master of your emotions, then no matter what certain things outside or, words people say or actions that they do, they may not even have to play a big role in how you feel, because you are a master of your emotions. You know that I generate my own feelings. No one outside of me can generate my feelings for me, right? I hope that hit home for you guys, because it's a very key part in what I'm about to say next, is that at the end of the day, guys, the source of the good feeling is already within you. Like the Bible said, the kingdom of heaven is within you. Seek that first, right? So this God essence is within everyone, and this God essence that has created this entire multiverse complex, or whatever you want to call it, right? I just like to use certain words to, create some sort of definition or create some sort of, understanding. But this God essence is within everyone, within every single, molecule of existence. And that God essence is your guidance scale, right? It lets you know whether you're in alignment with it or whether you're in misalignment with it. So when you're feeling elation, when you're feeling joy, when you're feeling good, you're in tune with that God essence, guys, And so guess what? Guess what now? You only need to look within. You only need to tap in within for your approval, or for that love, or for that acceptance, or for that validation. And you can tune in just by changing your thoughts, just by changing your feelings, just by realizing that, hey, nothing outside of me can generate my feelings. It's only me, my interpretation of my own thoughts, of my own feelings, that generates the feeling, right? And it's my duty, it's my job, it's my only job to sort of, buoy myself up to that frequency where I can feel better and better and better and better, right? And self-love is really a self job, right? You have to do it yourself. And that's really a big reason why you're looking for external approval or external validation, is because you don't have that self-love. You don't have that love that you truly need to have to sustain good feelings long term. And that's why, people outside are always wanting love from other people, because they lack it within. And it's not that they lack the source. They have the source. They just are not in alignment or not in congruence with that source. I hope, this is all making sense for you guys. Another thing I want to say, guys, is that you are playing the human role, right? We are human beings, but playing the human role, meaning that we are already perfect, whole, complete within, guys. We are already all of these things within. And the reason that we are even feeling like, we need these kinds of feelings, of approval, of validation, of, security, whatever you want to call it, is because we are associating with the human aspect of us, failing to realize that the human aspect of us is not our true nature. It's not the truth of who we are. Rather, it's like we are an actor on a stage, and that's really what it is. But the actor on the stage, yeah, he's in that act for the moment. He may be emotional in that moment for the act or for the play, but deep down he knows that this is not my real life. That he knows deep down that this is not my true nature. My true nature is, the person behind the actor. And so same thing, you are the being playing the act of being a human, right? That's really what it is. You're playing the human actor. And so when you realize this non-dual truth, guys, it will literally change your whole perception on everything. And you will realize that every feeling that I've always wanted to feel, it's within me. Every feeling I've wanted to generate, I can generate within myself, right? I don't need this external anything. I don't need anything external to fulfill me, because I am fulfilled on my own. I am whole on my own. I am complete on my own. Now, I know this may be, complex, even though it's a very simple thing, but it may be complex for your mind to grasp. Don't understand it intellectually, guys. Just feel it within your heart. Feel these words that I'm saying within your heart, and it will really hit home for you. Also, I want to talk about a couple of things. The first is, guys, just because someone outside of you approves of you, just because someone outside of you gives you, some few words of appreciation, does not mean that they love you, right? Approval is not love. Get that through to your head, guys. Approval is not love. Number 2, love is unconditional. Remember that. Love is unconditional. So you don't need to be juggling 50 hats. You don't need to be, a monkey in a circus trying to do what it takes to please the crowd. No. You can be who you are in your shortcomings and your flaws, whatever you got going on, right? You can be who you are. And guess what, guys? If they don't love you for that, it's not true love, because true love is unconditional, guys. And there's only gonna be a few people in life that will truly love you unconditionally. Maybe your mom and dad, maybe some siblings, and maybe a pet, you know. And if you have a friend or a significant other that really loves you unconditionally, consider yourself beyond blessed, guys. Always give thanks for that. But remember, approval is not love, and true love is unconditional. And the last thing I want to say is that no one can give you love. You can only be love yourself. You can only radiate love from within your existence or within your beingness, right? No one can give you that feeling of love. And this goes back to what I just said a few moments ago, was that you generate everything within yourself, right? Nothing outside of you can give you a feeling. Nothing outside of you can make you feel anything. It's your own interpretation. It's your own understanding of, you know, your reality from that external point of view, and then you taking that reality within, and then, you know, creating something from that. But you don't have to do that, guys. You can start looking at reality as objectively as possible, and then create your own feeling. Create your own feeling, and when you create your own feeling, spread your own feeling out to your reality, and then law of attraction will kick in. And guess what? All your experiences, all the people that you come across, all the places you go to, all the events that you attend will be filled with people that are a reflection of that self-love you're already radiating, that you know, that, what do you call it, this, where you're not needy, right? If you come from a place of fulfillment, law of attraction will reflect that fulfillment. If you come from a place of wholeness, law of attraction will reflect that wholeness, right? Rather than if you're coming from a place of neediness, then guess what? Law of attraction is just going to reflect that neediness. So remember these truths, guys. That feeling is really the secret to this, all of this. So I talked about the psychological aspect, guys. Do the self-inquiry. Also realize the spiritual truths, right? About how you're feeling, how law of attraction only perpetuates that feeling, but also realizing that the source is within you, and it's up to you whether you tune into that source or not. If you don't tune in, then you're always going to be feeling needy. You're always going to be feeling like you need, you know, feelings from others to feel good or to sustain yourself. And it's never going to last you long time, right? You're always going to be left feeling like you need more or you want more, and it's not as fulfilling, and it's never going to be as fulfilling as self-love. And that's really the crux of this matter is, guys, you just lack self-love. And self-love is you tuning into that frequency within yourself of, you know, that high frequential love, the high frequential elation, and that is self-love, guys. That's really the truth of it all. And then also the last thing, realizing the non-dual truth that you are being. You are already whole and complete in your true nature, and you are right now in this temporary physical realm playing the act, or, you know, being the human actor. That's really what it is, guys. But I pray this video gave you some good insight, some good knowledge, some good information. Give this video a thumbs up. If it resonated with you, comment down below anything you want to say. And until then, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Please Please do not forget to subscribe, and also email me down below if you have any questions. Also, I'm open to accepting any channel donations. I am trying to get some new equipment to make better videos for you guys, so even $1 could help. But anyways, guys, this is today's video. I will see you guys in the next episode. Take care. And guys, remember, self-love. Love yourself. Peace. All right, peace.